Good afternoon. It's Rebecca Happy here from Ottawa Buzz TV. Happy grounds on a Friday afternoon. We have a special edition, I guess, because we today we have one of the local business owners that I'm sure you've heard about many times over the past 15 years, but he's in the process of working on a new project specifically to give back to the community in partnership with Catherine Landry's new launch, Love Ottawa. And I'm sure that you probably tasted some of what he has made for the city. So welcome today to Steve Beauchesne from Beau's All Natural Brewery from Fenclick Hill. Thank you.
Hi, Rebecca. How are you today?
Good. I'm glad it's Friday.
Me too.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us. I know that this I guess this project that you're about to do to help the Elizabeth Brewer Hospital or the workers that are there, is it still like a kind of a secret?
Oh, nothing's ever a secret, really. But some of the logistics are still being ironed out. So we haven't necessarily kind of released the press release at this point. But we're certainly not trying to keep it a secret.
Okay. So it's like a whisper campaign.
Well, eventually it'll be just
18,000 cans of beer.
yeah. I mean, really, this is about giving to some people that are pretty stressed out and have had one heck of a time over the last year and a bit. So really what we're doing is just the same thing that Beau's always does, which is supporting our community, and this is just kind of a different approach that we're taking to do it. But
Can you tell
it's
us a little bit about what that your mission statement being elevating the spirit? Is that what it was?
yeah. So
Elevating.
our we're a purpose-driven brewery, and our
Uh-huh.
purpose is to elevate the human spirit. And
Yeah.
we spent quite a bit of time, defining what our purpose was as a company, and we spent a lot of time kind of thinking about exactly what we do and why we do it. And when you think about beer, it's very easy to think about beer as a commodity. I shudder every time someone says, "Oh, it's the liquid," and for me, beer's not a liquid. It's the thing that brings people together. You have beer at your wedding. It's there at the funeral. It's there on graduation night. It's there probably when you proposed. It's probably there, um, you know,
Family
after a
barbecues.
hard day's work. And it is the thing that brings us together, and that helps us celebrate the best and the worst moments in our lives. And because of that, we really kind of rally around our role in society, which is elevating the human spirit, because we're there when the human spirit is at its most vibrant.
And so during this past 18 months, I know you had a couple of silver linings, but it has been a very difficult year for many of people's and a lot of businesses. And
Hmm.
yours, I'm sure, was impacted because your primary partners in the community were hospitality.
Hmm.
But how did you be what it makes it easy for you to be able to root yourself in that mission, even though it's really, really hard, and to continue to like give back and help others?
Well, it's been a challenge for us, and it's been a challenging year for us. But at the same time, you're right. But before the pandemic started, 50% of our revenue came from restaurants and bars. So on one hand, it was devastating to our business, but at the same time, we compared to the restaurants, we still had the other 50% of our business. So kind of we're stuck in this position where we're trying to find ways to support the restaurants that have been great clients, and we've been focusing a lot of our efforts in kind of how do we support them as best as we can during this time. We also thought about kind of how we help make, instead of being victims, how do we move forward? How do we, kind of become part of the solution? So we partnered with Dunrobin Distilleries, excuse me. We partnered with Dunrobin Distilleries and started making hand sanitizer early on in the pandemic, and we're still doing that now. And we've been making regular donations to charitable groups of the hand sanitizer to kind of help keep people healthy and safe. And then we make beer, and beer makes people happy. So this latest initiative is really focused on the frontline healthcare workers, and it's as simple as it gets. We're going to give them some beer. and it's a way to say, thank you for all the hard work that you've been doing. Thank you for putting your own health and safety on the line to help out all the rest of us. And we're a brewery. We make beer, and we make people happy. So being able to kind of donate beer to some frontline healthcare workers just was just another easy way for us to say thank you. They are truly heroes, and they've put their own health on the line every day for well over a year now, and it's not even that we're asking, we're expecting them to do it again tomorrow and the next day, and until this pandemic's over. We're relying on them to risk their lives every day for us. So as a brewery that really believes we only thrive and survive if the community survives and thrives, this is about the most obvious thing we could do. Just try our best to try to keep them in good spirits, because they need to be in good spirits. Like they're putting it out there every day.
So how come you picked Elizabeth Briere?
Well, I have a lot of great admiration for Briere. The work they do on a regular basis is quite important. I've had two people quite close to me who spent their final days at Briere, and so I've seen firsthand how compassionate their staff is, and how important the work that they do is. That being said, since the word got out that we were doing something with Briere, we've now heard from a couple other hospitals, and it seems like this thing's ballooning a little bit. And so kind of again, we're still working out logistics, but it looks like it'll probably be 2 hospitals and an assisted living facility that we're going to be distributing some beer to. And as kind of words gotten out that we're able and willing to do this, kind of the phone's ringing more and more, and it's the kind of thing where once you've started saying yes, it's really hard to start saying no. So we just keep saying yes. And
so will you be giving it in the assisted living facility? Are you going to also give it to the residents, or just for the workers?
This is for the staff at this point. That's been the ask. I'm not saying I wouldn't give it to the residents, but the ask has been for the staff.
Yeah, because anyway, this is a sideway conversation.
You're gonna pitch me on something else now, aren't you?
Assisted living, they've also been penalized substantially, more so than anybody else in the society, I think, because they're locked down. The rules are extra vigilant with them because they're not like usually mobile, right? And
the risk to them is much greater. Yeah,
it depends.
So, well, yeah, depending on
the risk. Yeah. So, but I'm just saying that, or other kinds of organizations similar, like people who live in group homes, you know? And well, I could choose to, when they open up, so I could go shopping last summer, I could, but they couldn't,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's just, I understand the frontline workers and all the support workers that belong to an organization serving people who have like bad health conditions. But since you said continuing, what did you say,
Hmm.
long-term care?
Assisted living.
Assisted living, right?
Yeah.
Um,
And I mean that's one of the things that I think makes Beau's special is again our purpose of elevating the human spirit and our belief that we need to support the communities that we serve,
mhm.
means that we're very open to people in need. If there's a way for us to help that makes sense, then that's why we exist. So doesn't a lot of the sort of the challenge for us is trying to find the right groups and find get connected with the right people. So that's one of the things that I appreciate, you talking to me today, and some of the attention that this is given is it's given other people sort of the idea to pick up the phone and ask us, because the hardest part usually is just finding the way to do good. And so when people know that Bose is usually a willing partner, then they start calling us, and that's how we make more stuff happen for everybody.
Do you think that you're influencing other business owners to sort of look at what their business mission might be and how they would want to build something like doing good as part of how they do business or building community?
Yeah, so Bose is a certified B Corp, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with. B Corps are a designation of businesses that meet a very high standard of ethics and sustainability. And we were the first brewery in Canada to obtain that certification. And we get probably about, I'd say, 15 to 20 calls a year from other companies they've heard about our B Corp status, and they're asking for help on how to do that. And
Oh, wow.
last week I got another call from another Canadian brewery. I think there's about 5 now, and this is now going to be a sixth that's going to be joining. So um, I definitely feel like we've helped other businesses achieve kind of the higher standards, and we really like to encourage folks to do that. I quite often get asked, you know, when's the right time for a business to take on this kind of giving attitude. And my response is always today, because it's not going to get easier tomorrow. And you might as well feel good about yourself when you go to bed tonight.
So, what inspired you? Like, how did you know from the get go that you wanted to be this kind of like a values based business?
I think it's just kind of in my blood. I'm an old school punk rocker that used to feel like business was evil, and what I've grown to appreciate is that business is it's an opportunity to magnify for good or not good, whatever your ethics are. And so by running a business, I get to have a far greater influence than I would as an individual. And so I'm using that influence to further the things that I believe in. And I believe in social justice. I believe in strong communities, and I believe that we can make the world a better place if we all put some effort into it. And so that's what I get to do, because I'm the force behind the brewery. And I like to think that it's not all me. Like, this is what's interesting is the breweries attracted like-minded people. And so what we now have is and it's not just the employees, but the fans of the brewery are like-minded people, and together we're trying to further this cause of tasty beer and a better world.
Yeah. So thank you. Like I just think what you guys are doing is awesome, and I'm so proud to know that you guys are here in the city of Ottawa.
Oh,
And
thanks. And we're trying hard. We don't always get it right. I've probably made more mistakes in the last 15 years than most people could make in a lifetime. But we're always trying. And when we don't get it right, we just try that much harder the next time.
yeah, but like you have you have an army. It's Beau's army. Is that what it's called? You
That's
have an
right.
army that has they've all lined up around you and behind you in
Hmm.
support of you, which is outstanding.
Yeah.
For a
Yeah.
business.
Well, and it's great for us to, because sometimes, when you're slugging it out day after day, you don't always kind of have the perspective. And when you've got, groups like the Beau's Army, it's like you get that feedback to encourage you to, keep trying hard and to keep doing more. And we love hearing from our fans. And that's been the hardest part over the last year is, we're so used to having the opportunity to put a glass of beer in someone's hand and get to see the joy and the reaction that they have with it. And we miss that so much, because a lot of the motivation for what we do comes from seeing people enjoy our beer.
It's good beer.
Thank you, I love it. Gonna have one right now.
um, so what? So you saw the 613 Love 613 be birthed, and you just went and said, "Hey, we want to be a part of what you're doing," or they came to you, or how did that work?
Yeah, so Catherine and I have known each other for quite a while, and so I follow her on the Facebook, and I saw a post that she'd put up about wanting to support frontline healthcare workers, and I sent her a message and I said, how can we help? And from there we had a couple chats, and we kind of landed on this. And Catherine was great because she connected us with the hospitals, and she's
Who's a
kind of,
connector?
yeah, she's put us in touch with the right people that have allowed us to make this project come to life.
And it's gonna when is it gonna happen? Do you know yet?
Well, it looks like it's going to be happening kind of multiple times over the course of the next month. So
Okay.
looks like Bruyère's going to be doing this around there. They have a staff appreciation week in
Mm-hmm.
June. But they've got 3 different campuses. So we're going to do a different day for each campus.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're hoping that one of the other hospitals will be doing a delivery in May to about 2,600 employees of theirs. And then third organization, we're still waiting on the final details, but it should be hopefully this month.
Right on.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just wrap it up now.
Good stuff.
You can drink your beer, and I hope people go and buy some Beau's today for the weekend. It's a good time to have some. Let's keep
Cheers.
that in full for you do it again. It's nice meeting you, and thank you. Thank you for all that you do, and thanks for meeting with me today.
Oh, it's a great chat, Rebecca. Thanks for putting the spotlight on us and helping us further our purpose.
Okay. Bye bye.